Google Classroom is a free online service that lets teachers and students easily share files. Teachers can create assignments, quizzes, and more, and grade these assignments without having to print any of these things. It makes it easier for teachers and students to communicate. As a teacher, you can post on the class homepage, or you can email your students directly. To have access to Google Classroom, you need to visit classroom.google.com. Log in with your Google account for this to be possible. When you do that, it will bring you here. Now, when you are here, you need to create a class. You can create a class by clicking here, or you can just click on top here where you have this plus sign. When you click on create class, you can join a class just like the way we have it here, but you want to create a class. Create a class. Then you're going to see this dialog box. This is simply asking you how you plan to use Google Classroom. If you are a school, you're going to use Google Suite. This is because it comes with security features that are going to protect you. If you're doing this personally, you don't have to worry about any of that. Just click on this and click on continue. Here you need to enter the name of the class. Here you need to enter the section, the subject. Put a classroom if you're using it in a school. Once you create a class, you'll be taken to it automatically. Here we'll start with the class stream. This is like the homepage for your entire class. Here on the stream, you can post your own announcements for the class to see. You can allow students to post and to comment on this stream. Upcoming section. On this upcoming section, you will find the reminders of the upcoming tests or the events, and also the tests that are due soon. At the top here, you see this button, the main menu. When you click on it, you see a lot of things. You have the home, calendar, teaching, to review, computer science, the classes that you have. If a class is open, you see the name of the class here. Now, this is the new version of Google Classroom. The other versions, this was going to be somewhere here. At the bottom here, you'll find the tabs for the stream, classroom, people, and grades. Here on the classwork tab, you can create, assign, and organize all your work for your class. On the People tab, you can view and communicate with teachers and students in your class. The Grades tab, it lets you manage everything to do with grades, including grading your assignments and also monitoring the progress of your students. You'll see some information here when you start working with students. Now, here in the Settings menu, you can view and edit details about your class. You can rename your class. You can also type the class description. You have the section for sections. You can put the room number if you're using Google Classroom in a school. Also the subject. Here you can manage the invite codes. You can turn this on and you can also turn it off. You can also reset it. You have the invite link. If you want to invite certain people to join you, copy it and send it to people you want to invite to join your class. You have the class code here. If you want people to join with the class code, when you click on this, you can see the code. Copy it and send it to people you want to have in your class. You have the stream. You can allow students to post and also to comment. If you don't like this, you can click on this. You have these two more other options where students can only comment but not posting, or only teachers can post and comment if that's what you want. Here we have this option, the classwork. On the stream, you can choose how you want that shows. You can hide notifications, you can show condensed notifications, you can also show attachments and details about the classwork. Here you can choose to show deleted items or not. You can turn this on, you can also turn it off. On this section, you can activate the calculation of grades for each student. When this is activated, you will be calculating grades for each student for all the assignments they are given. When you choose the no overall grade, this means nothing is going to be calculated automatically. This calculates the average for the students based on the grades they got. Weighted by category, this allows you to customize the grading options. For all the tests you have in your class, you will have to do this manually. Otherwise, all your students' tests and grades will be incorrect. When you create your class, you have to invite people to it. So you click on People tab, and here you can invite teachers. You can also invite students to join your class. So to invite students, you click on this Invite Students icon. When you click on it, you'll be taken to this dialog box where you can enter the email addresses of the people you want to invite to your classroom. And when you're done, you click on the Invite button. This is going to send an email to the people you've invited with the link in the email that allows them to join the class. This is one way to do it. You can also invite people to join your class with the class code. You can find your unique class code on the Stream tab. Here you find this code. This is the code that you have to share with the people you want to have in your class. You can click on these three dots and you'll see the copy class code. When you copy it, you can share it with anyone. They will be able to join your class. Google Classroom allows you to create work and assignments for your students without having to print documents. Questions, essays, quizzes, and more. All these can be posted online and made easily available to your class. To get started, navigate to the Classwork tab. From here, you can create new assignments and also view current and past assignments. To create an assignment, click on Create. You'll see the assignment, but you can create these other things. You can create a quiz. You can ask your students a standalone question, or maybe just posting supplemental materials like some notes or just visuals. You can also use a post that you created in the past. In this example, we're going to click on assignment. This brings up the assignment form where you can start creating your assignment, where you have to enter the necessary information for students to complete their work. First, you have to enter the title of this assignment. This is the title for the assignment. If there are instructions for this assignment, you can enter them in this big text box in here. So for instance, I'll just type read and complete the attached Google Doc. On the attach section, you can attach files from Google Drive, videos from YouTube. When you click on this button that says create, you can create Google Docs, slides, Google Sheets. You can draw shapes. You can also create forms. You can upload files from your computer, the local machine. You can also link to other contents on the internet. Now let's look at the options from the right side. You see this all students option. You can choose who to send this assignment to. If you have any students in your classroom, you're going to see them here. And so you can choose to send this assignment to everyone by ticking this box. If that's not the case, you can just select the students who are going to show here so that you can send this assignment to only the students selected. Down here, you're going to see the worth of your assignment. How many points is it worth? You can change this by just clicking here, and you can delete this and put the number your assignment is worth. If your assignment is not graded, you can click on this drop down menu. You're going to see the ungraded option. So select this one to ungrade your assignment. As we mentioned in the getting started video, you can set up a grading system in your class's settings. If you chose weighted by category, there is an additional step for you in the assignment form in here. You need to select the category for the assignment. Is it a homework? Maybe it's a project, maybe it's a test, or it's a final. Otherwise, your students' categories will not be calculated correctly. If you're not using weighted grading where you have all these percentages, don't worry, you're not going to see this grade category. To set a due date for the assignment, you can just click on this, click on that, then you can choose the date when the test will be due. You also have the option to set the time if that's what you are interested in. Using this topic feature, you can sort and organize your topics in the custom topics. When you click here, you will see different topics that you have in your classroom. If you don't have any topics, you can create new topics in here. If you have existing topics, you're going to see them down here. If you like, you can also add a rubric to the assignment, then use it later when grading. You can create one from scratch, you can reuse an existing one, or you can import from a spreadsheet. Now, once you're happy with your assignment, you can send it using the button here. You can just click on it, and this assignment is going to be assigned to the students selected here. Or you can click on this small button here. So you have the assign button, but also you have the one that allows you to schedule it so it can be sent at a particular time. In case maybe that time you'll be busy, so you can just schedule it. Maybe you're not done with it yet, you can save it as a draft. Or you can discard this, just get rid of everything so you can start from scratch again. In our case, we're going to click on assign. When you click on assign, this is going to be assigned to all the students we selected. They will receive an email that notifies them about the assignment, so they should know they have an assignment to work on. Google Classroom takes all your assignments and automatically puts them to the Google Calendar. You can click on this Google Calendar to see the overall view of your class timeline. When creating an assignment like this, sometimes you'd want to link or attach files from Google Drive. These documents are helpful for giving instructions or maybe study guides or just any other class material. So for instance, when I choose this document here, you can just add it to the assignment, but also you have to choose the right settings for this file. How do you want your students to interact with it? The first option is used when you want your students to just view and not make any changes to the document. And the second one, this is where you allow students to make changes to the document. Maybe you want your students to work together on a project. This is the option you use. On the Classwork tab, you can easily create topics to group your topics in particular groups. To add a topic, you click on the create, then you see a topic down here. Click on this topic option. Then here I'm going to put this topic for my classroom. Then click on the add button here Topics are helpful in many ways. For instance, when you are creating computer basic stuff, you will know that it has to be under the computer basic topic. Everything that has to do with computer theory, it has to be under computer theory. This is how you organize you can also drag this and reposition them if that's what you want. You can drag these around to just reposition them. You can use these topics here to separate your contents by type. Things like tests, homeworks, classworks, readings, and also other topic areas. Now we've learned how to create assignments, quizzes, and other class materials all in Google Classroom. Google Forms is simply used for creating surveys, sign-ups, getting feedback, and even more. It can also be used to create quizzes that can be used in Google Classrooms. There are many different varieties of question types to choose or to use in here, and you can customize all of these however you want. Before starting to use Google Forms, you have to make sure that you're signed into your Google account. So when you sign into your Google account, visit forms.google.com, then it will bring you to this page. Click on blank quiz. This is a quiz that you want to create for your classroom. So it's going to open a blank quiz like so in a new window. Before you do anything here, you have to make sure that the settings for this quiz are what they should be. So here you click on the settings and you see this, make this a quiz. It should be selected. You're going to use this option here if your quiz is going to be a multiple choice quiz. Then you use this one if the quiz is going to have some sections where the student is going to have to enter the answers manually. The reason why you come here is to choose when your students are going to see the marks. Are they going to see the marks immediately after each submission, or maybe they're going to see the marks later after the manual review? If you want your students to see the questions they did not get correctly, you can just turn this on. If you don't want them to see, you can turn it off. If you want your students to see the questions they got correct, you turn this on. If you don't want them to see, turn it off. Just like that, you also do the same for these point values. Simply, this allows you to control what students will see after taking the quiz. Just in case you've changed anything here, you're going to see the save button here, so you have to save. Then you can go back to the questions tab. And here you can now start designing how your quiz is going to look like. Here we have to type the name of the quiz. And here I can start typing now my questions for the quiz. There are different types of questions you can have in your quiz. So for instance, mine here is a multiple choice question. If I want to change this, I can click here and I can choose a different type of a question that I would want to use in my quiz. For each question in your quiz, you need to identify the correct answer. To do this, you need to click on this answer key in this bottom right corner. When you click here, for multiple choice questions, all you have to do is select the correct answer or answers if they are 2 or they are 3. So just select the correct answer, then click on done. For short answer question like this, all you have to do is click on the answer key. Then here you're going to see add a correct answer. You can also add multiple correct answers if there is a chance that the wording is going to vary depending on the student who is answering the question. Then down here you have this mark all other answers as incorrect. This simply means that all the answers that are going to be entered by the students are going to be wrong apart from the ones that you've entered here. If this one is left unchecked the way it is right now, you're going to manually review these answers if they are correct or not. On the other hand, paragraph questions don't offer the ability to add answers. With the user or student sending the answer, they're going to be left for you to review manually. That's because the answer is longer and require more analysis. You will need to read them individually and grade them on your own. In addition to choosing the correct answers for these questions, you need to make sure that your answers have the points. How many points is one going to get when this is correct? So down here you have 0 points, you have to change this. So to add the marks to the questions, all you have to do is you click back on this answer key. You're going to see these 2 arrow keys. You click on the top arrow key to increase the marks and on the lower one to decrease the marks. If someone gets this question correct, they'll get 2 points. Now that's not all. When you click on this, you're also going to see that you have the ability to add the answer feedback. This is going to give feedback to your students so they can know more about the question. When you're done designing your quiz, you can preview it and check it out to make sure that everything is working correctly. To do that, you have this preview icon here. When you click on it, your quiz is going to open in a separate window. Depending on the number of questions you have, you might want to separate your questions in your quiz in 2 sections. And what that does is going to break your questions so they appear on different or more than 1 pages at once. For instance, on the first page, you can have 10 or 5 questions. Then you click on the next button, it's going to take you to the next page where you have to answer maybe 5 questions again. Then just like that, you can go to the next question. And so to create a section, you're going to see this icon here on this toolbar. When you click on it, it's going to insert a new section for you. On the second section, you can also put as many questions as you want. And just like that, you can also keep on adding different sections to your quiz. This section can be renamed. You can also give it a description. To add a question to your section, you click on this add question. And just like that, you can add as many questions as you want to the section. If you want to drag a question from one section to the other, for instance, you want to drag a question from here, you can just click on these small dots here. You're going to see this icon. You click and you drag. Just like that, you can drag a question to a different section. So here we have 2 and here we have 2. Once you finish creating your quiz, you need to bring it to Google Classroom. And the process is very simple. You can attach forms to your assignments, the same way you attach files or links. When you click on Drive, it's going to open this dialog box where you're going to see all the documents or files you've created in your Google Drive. Here you're going to see a quiz that you just created. You click on it. When it's selected, you're going to click on Add. And this is going to add this as an attachment to this assignment. And when you send it now to your students, the ones you selected here, all of them, they're going to receive this assignment and they're going to complete it. All you have to do is just assign. It's going to open this dialog box. You just have to confirm the assignment. Just like that, your quiz is ready to go. Grading in Google Classroom is very simple. Each assignment has its own page where you can review your students' work, give feedback, also issuing grades, all in one place. To grade your assignments, you're going to click on the Grades tab. When you are here, you're going to see all the assignments you have in your class, so you have to click on the one you want to grade. You can grade them directly here. You can just give them marks, or you can open a window where you can even see more information about these submissions. So for instance, you click on these 3 dots here, you're going to see View Submission. When you click here, it's going to open a window. The main part of the window here, you will see the student's work and the grading tool to the right side. In the grade field, you can type the grades you'd want to give. Also, you can leave comments or feedback for the students in the private comments area here. In the case that you have a lot of students to grade, you can just click on this drop-down menu here. You're going to see all your students you have in your classroom. The ones that are graded, they're going to be graded. The ones that are not graded are going to have a turned-in mark. So you click on that student, then you can come to grade and give them their grades. Just like that, then under the private comments, you can also give feedback to these students depending on what they submitted. Your feedback and grades will be saved as a draft, which you can then send off when they are ready. When you're done grading this assignment, you can return it. If you want to return multiple assignments at once, you can just click on this little button here. It's going to show you the option to return multiple submissions at once. All the students who submitted their assignments and the assignments were graded, they're going to appear here. And so all you have to do here is just click on return to confirm. Once you start grading your assignments, you're going to find a lot of useful information on the grades tab. For instance, here you can see the overall grades for each and every student. You can see their performance in all the assignments that you post. If you're not seeing the overall grades, it's because you're not using the overall grade calculation feature, which you can turn on in the class settings. To learn more about grading systems in Google Classroom, check out our Getting Started video. To learn more about any of these students that you have in your classroom, you can just easily click on their name. You'll be taken to a page with the summary of their work, including any pending or missing assignments. So from here, you can also do a quick sort. So if, for instance, if you want to see the tuned in assignments, you can just click on that. It's going to show you the assignments that this student tuned in. If you want to see the ones that were returned, you can also do that, and you'll see the ones that were returned. And if there are any missing assignments, they are going to appear here. These were the basics about grading. Now you are ready to start grading your students' assignments. Google Classroom makes it easy for you to email your students, whether it's the message to the entire class or to one person in particular. To get started, you want to navigate to People tab. There are many ways to do that here, depending on who you want to contact and how. For instance, here, to contact an individual student, you can just click on these 3 dots here. Then you're going to see Email Student, so you can email that student. If you want to contact multiple students, check the boxes next to their names like this. Then open the actions menu and choose email. To contact all your students at once, just check the box at the top and they will all be selected automatically. So then you can go to actions again and choose email. Instead of sending emails to your students, you can also post class announcements to the stream tab. These are simply the posts that students will see when they sign in the class. The stream can be helpful for posting reminders, upcoming events, or just anything that's helpful to your students and the entire class as a whole. Now, to post an announcement, you have to be on the stream tab and then click on this field that says announce something to your class. From here, you can type anything you want. And to this, you can also attach files from Google Drive, also attach YouTube videos if you want. You can upload files from your computer. You can also add a link to an online content. When you're done, you're going to see the post button. If you want, you can also schedule this to be posted at a later date, but in our case, we'll just post this instantly. So it's going to be posted on this stream tab. All the students in this class now, when they come in, they'll see this announcement. This is how you can communicate with your students quickly and easily, all in a Google Classroom without having to switch to another software. And just like that, this is everything you need to know about the Google Classroom. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this.